Hello everyone, welcome to a new playthrough. This is Final Fantasy XIII-2. So I'm just going to start this game off. Oh yeah, that's lovely. New save date was required. Yeah, that's fine. New save data. Yes, map. So just set everything up. So what's new with Final Fantasy XIII-2? The battle system is pretty much the same as the first Final Fantasy XIII. The few differences, this time you're playing as Serah, do you remember, as Lightning's sister. Lightning does appear in this game, but she's kind of the driving force behind this, the story of this game. You'll find out more about her in this game as we play through. So yeah, that just tells you about autosave. So that's the new thing. And this one is occasionally it will autosave your game. Other new things, there's a new character in here, Noel. You'll meet him in the first part of the game.
Lost, yet time continued onward. Divine Etro, go peacefully to your rest. I will stand guard over your legacy.
In this game, Lightning has become guardian to a goddess called Etro.
This realm is awash with sadness. Life and death lose all meaning under the rolling waves of chaos. Valhalla. The currents of time do not touch its shores. In this world of lost moments, I begin my life anew.
The main theme of this game is time travel and changing the past, changing timelines. It's set just because it involves time travel, and it starts off set just about a couple of years after the events of 13.
This eternity, it was never your desire. Is that not so? You...
That's Caius Ballad. Another character you'll learn a lot more about as the game progresses.
Warrior goddess. Now we cross swords! Lose yourself in battle and rejoice! Embrace the terror.
Now those two look like Shiva, the snow summon from the first game.
I summon thee! Impressive.
Save it. Damn you.
Enough. Let's end this.
That glow.
Cast your shadow over all. Wings of night!
An early exit for lightning. No, of course not.
Odin!
Oh, here comes the first battle of the game. Right, we don't need an active time battle tutorial because
Forgotten time, be
if you've been... So first thing to do with this fight, cast Allura's shield, that will just put protecting shell on you, and then just let auto battle do its thing. It's a pretty easy fight and one you're unlikely to lose. So just do your lightning strike and snipe will all do lots of damage to Chaos Bahamut. But if you are getting a bit low on HP,
Not kidding around, huh?
of course he's not. As you were, Allura's shield, that will heal, as well as putting protecting shell on lightning, it'll also heal her up. So. And don't worry about staggering. If you remember staggering from the first game, where you can attack enemies enough times, they'll stagger gauge will go up, and then you can eventually do more damage once you've staggered them, but it's not something to worry about at this stage. Just keep sniping Chaos Bahamut and you'll eventually go down.
Cutting you down.
There we go. Other improvements from this game, the storyline of this game is much easier to follow than so this is a new thing. Cinematic actions. So these cinematic actions, all you need to do is just press the right buttons at the right time, and you'll, if you do them, hit them all perfectly, occasionally you'll get rewards at the end of certain battles. And there's Kaya's ballad again.
Right.
If you haven't already worked out, Kaya's ballad is the main antagonist of this game.
Let's not waste time. Travis made a wise choice. Powers of chaos bend to my will. Keeping up?
So you want to destroy everything?
Oblivion is the fate of all things.
You got a choice there, but I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference how this
Now it's my turn.
plays out. Got it.
Pathetic!
Let's end this. You're done!
Not today! I must thank you. In these final moments, I have met my finest moment.
You're finished, Caius!
Was that it all over for
Petro's
Kai's
gate.
ballad already? No, now we're about to meet
Of course. The one from the vision.
this is Noel.
I know your name. Noel Christ.
What? Who is Noel? Let's find out all about him. Yeah, typical of Final Fantasy 13. Oh, any Final Fantasy 13 intro is just lots of cutscenes and a couple of battles. Oh.
Quickly!
What in the...
Are we going to get him? Of course we are.
I'm here!
Where am I?
Valhalla. You prayed for a miracle, and that brought you here. Or am I wrong?
How did you know?
From Valhalla, I can see everything.
But who are you?
Lightning.
Oh, we've got another fight on our hands.
Real fight.
So, get War's Benediction on, that gets haste on you. And then just let the battle do its thing. Pulsar buff. The focus bolt, but doesn't really matter what you use.
Here it comes! What now?
Gonna get worse.
Just keep shooting.
Down with you.
Again, if lightning's hit points are getting too low, just do War's Benediction again. And I also put in just if you run out, if haste runs out, then also always handy to do that again. Again, this is not a fight you should lose very easily. Just let auto battle do its thing, and I should win this one quite easily. There we go. That was pretty easy.
How do we fight him?
This is not your battle. There's something else I need you to do.
What?
Bring my sister to me. Her name is Serah.
Okay.
You'll need to use the portal. Your time-gazing friend should have told you how it works.
That's a gate? But why me?
Because you're the only one who can. You crossed the void and made it to Valhalla. You can find Serah. And together, you can change the future.
Wait. I can change the future?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
And that's Mog, the
Good luck,
Moogle.
Charm. Give him to Serah.
Right. You got it.
As throughout the
I'll
course
track
of
her
the
down.
game, you're going to find Mog very, very,
happening?
very useful.
Enjoying our little chat.
Oh, Caius Ballad's still not finished yet.
Caius?
Get to the gate. I'm counting on you.
Okay.
Go! Not this again. Odin! Do it!
What the?
Serah!
Lightning. Gotta go.
Right, so Valhalla is being smashed to smithereens.
My hopes go with you, Noel Christ. Become an arrow through time, and speed your way to Serah. Be there for her, because I no longer can.
So there we go. Noel's going to travel through time to where Serah is, and the aim of this game is to get Serah and Lightning reunited with Noel's help and Mog's help.
Time flows without pause. In a world where I no longer exist, the future is about to change. The truth still survives, but only you remember it.
Lightning. She was fighting. I guess it was just a dream.
Something fancy in the sky, and everything is gonna go all weird.
Such a strange dream. What? What was that? Where did these clothes come from?
That meteor caused you to change your clothes, apparently.
What's happening out there?
No, let's not change the camera control scenes, and... Oh. Yes, whatever. So that's the data log. If you want to follow the story, just go into the menu and go to data log, and then it'll keep you posted on everything going on. So let's just walk to the door. Right. Throughout the game you're going to come across these live trigger events. Now for some of them there are certain answers you should give in order to get some what they call live trigger rewards. Simply put, if you get all the wrong ones, the only thing you'll get as a live trigger reward is a potion, but if you get the right things you can get some nice items that you can use later on in the game. Now for this one, just it doesn't really matter what you say, just say anything. So dreams of strange worlds, clothes appearing from nowhere, what's going on? Was that a vision of the future?
That dream felt so familiar. Like my horrible vision of Cocoon's collapse. Maybe the dream was really a vision. Maybe it was lightning in the future. But no, it can't be right. Lightning is gone.
Yeah, in this game you also get the... You get the option to jump, which is handy for certain parts of the game. Okay, so we're going to go out here into the beach of New Bodom and find everything's going. Ooh.
What's happening?
Serah's tripping on acid. Where's the village? Everything out here is completely different. What is this place? Is everything I remember just... Again, this is another one, doesn't really matter what you say. Is this still a dream?
What is this place? Could I still be dreaming? No more. I can't take this. How do I get away from here? This is all just a bad dream. Wake up! I just have to wake up!
Everything's frozen in time.
Godot!
And it's all gone really...
Serah, come on! Everyone, this way!
Ooh, that's a not nice looking thing.
Take that!
There's no... Lightning! Help me! Get a hold of yourself! Lightning can't protect you anymore! You have to look after yourself now. Do you hear me? Your sister's dead. She can't help you. Bro!
You want her? Then you're gonna have to go through me!
And Noel's finally reached Serah's time.
Get up, Serah.
You were in my dream. I saw you.
Save it for later. Can you fight?
If I have to?
You're gonna have to.
Right,
One more
so
thing.
finally we're going to get a proper battle.
Don't ever lay down and wait to die!
Right, so getting back into proper battles now. Now this battle system should be very familiar if you played 13, their first 13. Oh, actually, let's switch to this one because Serah's better as a magic user. In fact, oops, hold on. Oh no, you can't change paradigms in this. You can't change paradigms just yet. Yep. For this, oh, you can't. Yeah, by that I mean you can't set your starting paradigm yet, but you can still change paradigms as I did. Now with these fights, get rid of the little Nectons first, because obviously they're weaker. And if you can, switch to Serah as a Ravager, because she's better as a Ravager. I think she's, and plus these things stagger very quickly, and obviously you stagger quicker with magic. Don't worry, the fights here aren't too difficult, even if Serah does get quite low on HP. Or no, for that matter. But if the worst case scenario does come, then the enemies do drop potions, so you can stock up on few potions during these fights. Switch to slash and burn. So yeah, as I say, battle system's still the same, but one thing they've changed, one of the better changes of this game is you actually get gil from fights now. Because that was one of the big gripes of Final Fantasy XIII was the lack of gil acquisition. So it's much easier to get gil in this game now because you actually win them from fights, which is something that comes in very handy. Excuse me. Oh. Got a quick stagger and then she fell back down again. There's one more to fight, and there they are up there. Where? Stay still. Let me kick your bahookies. Oh, no. Ecton first. The little ones. Now, you are earning Crystarium points. Remember, in the first game, and the first one, Crystarium was how you leveled up. And you are earning Crystarium points, but you won't get to level up in your Crystarium till a little bit later on in the game. That's your first load of fights over with. Excuse me.
Hey, Serah! Are you okay?
Yeah.
Mackie! Yeah. Gotta go.
Okay.
You'll probably remember some of those characters from the first game as well.
All right, everyone, listen
Mackie the
up.
Broke.
The meteorite hit over there.
Right.
We're gonna check it out.
Team Yuge, ready to roll. Well, and careful. That area's crawling with monsters.
So stay close. Come on.
Okay. You heard him. Move out. With you.
So yeah, Mackie, Libro and all that, they were in the first game at the beginning.
She took a hit, but she's gonna be
fighting
fine.
with Snow
She just needs some rest.
when the purge hit
Goodness.
at the beginning of the game.
Thank
So
you.
they made a welcome return to this game.
Whoever you are.
Noel Christ.
Okay.
And before I forget, it wasn't just me. You should probably thank this little guy too.
Mog
Is
the
that a
Moogle
toy Moogle?
transforms into
He's supposed to be your lucky
Sarah's
charm.
weapons.
Your sister gave him to me.
Wait, you know Lightning?
She's the one who told me to come here.
Where? Where did you see her? Was it Valhalla?
Yeah, how'd you guess?
I saw it in a dream. I saw my sister. She gave you the Moogle. Then the meteorite came.
And dragged me along with it, I guess.
Do you mean you actually rode here on that meteorite?
Maybe. I don't know. Damned if I can remember. Why don't we go and check it out?
Okay. Now I know for sure. Lightning is alive. She's in a place called Valhalla. I'd only just met Noel, but I believed him. I believed every word he said. Even though it couldn't possibly be true. It seems like only yesterday. The smile on Lightning's face when she gave her blessing for Snow and me to get married. But I'm the only one who ever remembered that. No one believes. It's just a dream, they say, from when I slept in the crystal. An illusion. They say my sister is gone. That 3 years ago she sacrificed herself to stop the fall of Cocoon. She turned into the crystal pillar that holds Cocoon above the surface of Pulse, and saved both worlds. That's what they say. But even so...
But that's a bit confusing if you remember the ending of 13, because it was Fang and Vanille that went in and turned into the crystal pillar. So this is a...
Is that all you're going to tell me, your name?
That's a strange thing to say, but we'll
I'm a hunter.
discover more about that
Interrogator.
as we play through it. So
Shoot.
let's
Curiosity
talk
killed
to
the
Noel
cat.
for a bit. So so on the way to the meter, it talked to Noel before. This strange young man says he met with Lightning and Vanilla. I need to find out more. Hold on, I just need to look up what the right thing to say is, because the options don't match. Just trying to sort of work out how to, so I'm trying to get the better live trigger rewards. No, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong page, or rather I'm looking at the right page, but I've already got it loaded up, and this thing's just been slow. It's alright, we can come back to this later. So you're a hunter.
So you're a hunter. Is that like your job?
Well, less of a job and more of a way of life. In the era I come from, if you don't learn how to hunt, you don't get to eat.
Are you really from a different time?
I'm not trying to hide anything.
Right. On the way to the meter, right? Right. So let's just move on ahead. Mog clock. So battles in this game usually just come about at random, and every time you start a battle, something called the Mog clock comes up. So let's show you what it is. There we go. So find the enemy. The Mog clock just means if you press A to hit the enemy, then you will get a preemptive strike. But whenever you get a battle, the Mog clock just gives you a certain amount of time in which to find the enemy and then get a head start on your battle with it, with the preempt, like what I just did there. Now, almost nearly all the fights that you get into, it's going to be quite easy to preempt with the Mog clock, so don't worry too much. There will be a couple of more difficult ones later in the game, but generally it's pretty easy to get the hang of. Although there are some enemies that if they're quite fast, they'll catch you before you've got a chance to hit them with the Mog clock thing. That'll make sense probably in just a few short minutes.
What's up, Noel?
Let's go follow Noel.
I just didn't think it would be that beautiful.
So this Noel's never seen Cocoon before. So in terms of live trigger rewards, it doesn't say anything what you have to say. What do you mean in the legend?
What do you mean by in the legend?
The legend about Cocoon, and how it was held up in the sky by a crystal pillar. How we all knew that story.
Seems funny to call it a legend. It's only been 3 years.
So this section takes place 3 years after the events of 13. So this area here is where you're going to do a lot of your enemy fighting. The rest of New Bodom's just very tame. That's all to say about it. There's some areas at the moment you can't access just now, but don't worry about them.
Cocoon looks amazing.
You will get to fight them later. There's one there, you'll see the sort of red barrier. You will get access to that later on in the game. So don't worry about bits that you can't reach just yet. This is a good fight, just let Noel take the other Nectons out and then so you will be able to, because there's a treasure chest there.
I wonder where Godot is.
Leave this area to us.
Oh. Cuckoo. Mogs, yep. No. So, yeah, the maps in this, because the areas are a lot smaller, their maps are a bit easier to follow. And it's also a good idea when you get to area to 100% explore the map. It's for something of it later on in the game. But yeah, just whenever you get the chance to just
Cocoon makes a good.
Huh?
I think this is another live trigger coming up. So where did
Hello.
there's oops, there's that's
Serah,
Godot.
still in one piece? We're seeing lots of unfriendly critters around that meteorite. Oh, who's this?
Oh. This is Noel. He helped LeBro and me out of a tight spot.
Is that right?
Hey,
I'm Godot.
okay, take it easy, big guy. I am not here to make trouble for anyone.
You better not. Anything happens to Serah and the boss will string your carcass out to dry.
Oh, right, now this one. I know, say either the boss sounds like a bully or I thought you were the boss.
Sounds like a tool. I could deal with him.
Huh? Who do you think you are? 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4.
That was a strange response to that, but just carry on
Mackey's up ahead. Hey,
ahead, run up ahead. There's more fights to take going. So I don't think you'll have too much problem with any of the fights here. Just gonna check. I don't know if the Crystarium is opened yet on the menu. The menu? The main menu. And you can't. Oh, equipment. Now, one of those monsters dropped a power wristband. So I'm going to give that to Noel because he's very strength. He relies a lot more on strength. So that's a perfect thing for him. There's also something else quite weird with the equipment in this game. I'll tell you about that in a second. Yeah, do you remember these from types of enemies from the first game, where you really have to stagger them before you can really damage them at all? Switch back to double trouble. And another thing you've probably noticed, there's only 2 people fighting. Don't worry, you'll get the option to add extra characters to fight a little later on in the game. But
What's going on here?
Oops.
Am I dreaming?
I see it too. Pretty sure it's no dream.
It's a very interesting way they bring the 3rd character in, but I won't say any more until later. But it's probably one of what I think is one of the best things about this game. But I'll, as I say, won't say anything more, just to keep you watching for a bit longer. Not like anyone's going to be watching right now. So keep running on ahead. Oh, let's talk to...
Oh, hey, Yuge.
Who's that?
Hey.
It's Yuge.
So, this is the famous Noel, huh?
Yep.
I guess news travels fast.
The bro told me how you helped her out. I'm Yuge. Nice to meet you.
Hey, likewise.
What's with the new style and threads, Serah? Not exactly a dress up and hit the town kind of occasion.
So for this one, say you want to try them on.
You want to try them on? They might look better on you.
I don't think so. Wouldn't want to show you up or anything. Okay, I better get going. See you guys later.
Bye.
I'm going to keep going until we get to the meteorite. There's another treasure chest, but you'll also want to talk to that guy, Mackie, for the next one.
Weird. How do these plants grow so fast? I don't get it. There must be pockets of unstable time or something.
More meteorite phenomena.
Oh, you got that right. Wow, look at this stuff. Ever since that rock came down, we've been seeing all kinds of aberrations.
Do you have any idea what's happening?
Not the slightest clue. Some spots seem to have sped forward centuries. But other parts haven't changed at all.
So, these areas are from different timelines. Realities blending together. Like 2 ages overlapping. That about right?
Right! It's exactly like that.
So for this one, I think you've got to say, where did the Moogle come from?
So, is the Moogle from another dimension, do you think?
Well, I'd have to dismantle it to know for sure.
Whoa!
I think he understood you. In any case, we can't go breaking Serah's good luck charm.
I think that's all the live trigger events you're going to get for this part of the game. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just run ahead to the meteorite.
The cocoon is gone.
And then I think it might be a good point to end this broadcast and then start the next one up for the next part of the level. But first, let's take this thing on. So this is Gogamog, or Golgamog, what's it called? So this is just a little thing telling you about the Sentinel role, which is going to come in handy for this fight. Sentinel, you remember, is basically your most defensive role. It just absorbs, well, it doesn't absorb damage, but it just means if you're attacked, you take far less damage in it. In big groups, it's a role that basically all the enemies attack the Sentinel, and then the Sentinel just defends, and it's handy for big fights against like loads of monsters and No, let's. So first things first, it's called the Gogmagog. The first thing, you want to stagger this thing quite quickly. And when this swipe attack, that's when you want to use the 2 sentinels roll. But in between bouts of swipe, just switch to the slash and burn roll so that you've got Serah to cast magic and stagger it quicker. Here we go again. And if you ever need to heal up, just use a potion. And just switch back to commando. While he's staggered, his commando does a lot more damage. Especially for Noel, because Noel's the main attacker. There we go, defeated quite easily. So from that you get something called, this is right. By resolving anomalies along the tip, you'll get something, objects known as fragments. Fragments are memories of time solidified into shards, each containing a blah 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 blah. There's 160 fragments in the world. So yeah, the ultimate aim of this game is to find all 160 fragments. So throughout the world there's loads of different side quests and missions to earn various different... Oh, missed a treasure chest up there. There's various side quests and missions to earn fragments. But we'll worry about them as and when they crop up. So this is the thing that has crashed and caused this whole thing.
What is that place? Noel, do you know?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened to Cocoon? It's not there.
Well, you're looking at a different time. That's the world I come from. In my world, Cocoon doesn't exist. When I was born, the sky was already empty. Tell me, how many years has it been since Ragnarok appeared and Cocoon fell?
Well, it's 3 AF, so that was 3 years ago.
For me, all that happened 700 years in the past. I was born and raised in another time. 700 years in the future.
Yes, I knew it. I knew you weren't from this world.
I'm the last of humanity.
Hey!
Serah, I can take you there. We can find Lightning together. I know she wants to see you.
You're full of it!
Yeah, that's impossible. Lightning's gone, man.
Godot. Noel, do you know where my sister is?
Come with me.
What's happening?
You see? It's a time gate.
What do you mean?
Wow.
Time gate.
What the? It's like a portal. Lightning is in a place called Valhalla. She's waiting on the other side.
I couldn't turn my eyes away. I knew the answer lay beyond that gate. The answer to my doubts and dreams. On the broad plain beneath Cocoon, my sister once celebrated my marriage to Snow. I remember her smile like it was yesterday. But sometime when I wasn't looking, she disappeared. She was gone as if she'd never been there in the first place. Lightning, are you out there? Did I dream that day on Pulse, or did it really happen? Noel says he can find you. But is he telling the truth? Noel's world was a terrible place where Cocoon did not exist. He had traveled back in time to change that bleak future, or so he told us.
Listen, when different eras overlap, all kinds of crazy stuff happens. Objects from different times get mixed up. If you want to open a gate and travel through time, you have to find one of those objects. They're called artifacts.
Artifacts?
The keys to the future. They're anachronisms, relics of a different world. Basically, things that don't belong in your time. If we can find one, we might be able to use it to open the gate. Then we could cross time and travel to Lightning's world.
Could Noel be telling the truth? Beyond that gate, in a place called Valhalla, is Lightning alive and waiting for me? Can I dare to hope again, after all this time? Oh, how I want to believe. I want my sister back.
Okay, so Sarah's gonna go to bed, and I think this probably be a
So
good
much
time to
happened
finish
the
this
night the meteorite
broadcast.
fell. We all had a lot to think about. I wonder if anyone slept. Good morning.
Okay, you can now access party paradigms in Crystarium. Right, so we'll talk about that more in the next video, but... Oh, look, what's my life trigger reward? A golden flower! Yay! I've done all the right things. Right, I'm going to finish this broadcast, and then I'm just going to start up another one.
He agreed to take care of things while he was gone.
I'll just say thanks for watching this video. I'll see you again very shortly for another broadcast.